Okay, good evening, all of you. In last class, we did some problems related to collisions. Today, we'll discuss some more problems. Okay, of course, that helpful to us uh, in doing the different problems. It learns us different approachments also. So when problem is given, how to approach the problem in such a way, this type of these problems develops such thoughts in us. So these are also very important. Okay, we will discuss one by one. So first I will share the screen so that you read the problem. Then I will explain on the board. Okay. So you see. Okay, you see the problem. The figure shows the velocity as a function of time for an object with mass 10 kg being pushed along a frictionless horizontal surface. Here, first problem. On the frictionless horizontal surface, there is a body having mass m1. Here it is the smooth surface. Because it is a frictionless surface, means smooth surface only, no? On the smooth horizontal surface, a block of mass m1 is equal to 10 kg is kept. Okay, and it is pushed with external force. Okay, then at t is equal up to 3 seconds, the external force is applied on the body. Due to that, the velocity of the body varies with the time. The velocity of this body varies with the time is given according to the graph like this. Here, the velocity time graph is given. Velocity is given in meter per second and time is given in seconds. Okay. So here the velocity varies with time linearly at initial stage, and after that, after some time, it travels with constant velocity. It is 15 meter per second, of course. Here it is. So here exactly up to 3 seconds, the velocity varies linearly with the time, and from 3 to 4 seconds, the velocity remains constant, and 4 to 5 seconds, again the velocity decreases, and that value is equal to 5 meter per second, that remains constant. It is given like this. So in this first option, we have to find external force acting on the system is how much between t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 3 seconds. Speed of the second particle just before the collision is how much? Before collision, both bodies are moving in the same direction that is given. So we have to verify one by one. Before collision, bodies are moving in opposite direction. So which one is correct? Here multi-option question. So we have to see, we have to do one by one. Okay. Now, if we look at the board, you will see on the smooth horizontal surface, a block of mass 10 kg is kept, and it is pushing by applying the force. So that because of that applied force, the velocity of this body m1. Here, this is the velocity of the body m1 is given. It is for m1 mass. For m1 mass, how the velocity of that body varies with the time is given like this. Because of application of force, the velocity of the body goes on increase up to 3 seconds. Here up to 3 seconds, velocity time graph of this body is a straight line having positive slope. That's why up to 3 seconds it travels with some acceleration. That's why up to 3 seconds it experiences the force. So here in the first option, external force acting on the system is 50 Newton from t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 3 seconds. Of course, up to 3 seconds only as the body accelerates, up to 3 seconds only force acts. What is that force? So in up to t is equal to t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 3 seconds. Slope of the velocity time graph is constant. Okay, that's why slope of the velocity time graph gives acceleration. So that acceleration is constant. That's why acceleration, comma a is equal to slope tan theta. That is equal to slope means opposite by adjacent. Opposite is equal to 15. 15 by adjacent means 3 minus 0, 3. That is equal to 5. So acceleration is 5 meter per second square. Therefore, up to 3 here in 3 seconds, what is the force acts on the particle means? As the slope remains constant, acceleration constant. When acceleration is constant, force is also constant. No? So up to 3 seconds, the force acts on the particle is equal to mass into constant acceleration. Mass means here m1. No? mass of this body, so m1 means 10 kg into a means 5, that is equal to 50. So therefore the force acts on the particle is equal to up to from 0 to 3 seconds, the force acts on the particle is constant, which is equal to 50 Newton. So up to this 3 seconds, the velocity goes on increase, and at t is equal to 3 seconds, the velocity of the body becomes 15 meter per second. Okay, now first option is correct only, so this option is correct. Next, option B. Speed of the second particle just before the collision is 1 meter per second. Here you see in the problem, at t is equal to 3 seconds, the force stops pushing the object m1. And at t is equal to 3 seconds, the force applied on a body stopped. Force applied on a body stopped. So after 3 seconds, definitely, as no force acts on the body travels with constant velocity. The constant velocity is given in the diagram 15 meter per second. That's why after 3 seconds, the force acts on the body stopped and then collides head on and sticks to another object of mass m2. Here there is another object. Here there is another object of mass m2. That m2 is given as m2 is equal to 25 kg is given. It is moving with certain velocity. With what velocity it is moving, that we doesn't know. That is not given. But it is travel with a velocity u1. Okay, that u1 is equal to 15 meter per second. After 3 seconds, the velocity of this object is 15 meter per second. With this 15 meter per second, they travel and makes collision with the other body. With what velocity the second body travels, that is doesn't know. But in which direction it travels, it is not known. But after collision, these two bodies come head on. Here after collision, after head-on collision means one-dimensional collision. The two bodies stick together and travel. With what velocity the two bodies travel? Here you see, after 3 seconds, whenever the two bodies collide each other and stick together, then after 3 seconds, whenever the two bodies travel together, definitely velocity of the body decreases below 15 meter per second. You see, in case of first body, after 4 seconds here, the velocity of the body decreases and remains constant. So this is the final velocity of the body or common velocity of the two blocks. Okay, according to law of conservation of linear momentum, after t is equal to 4 seconds, I am applying. After that means in between 3 to 4 seconds, the body travel with velocity. First body travel with velocity 15 meter per second and makes collision with the second body, and they stick together. After stick together, the two bodies move together with constant velocity. See, after 4 seconds, with what constant velocity two bodies move together means, as the first body travel with the constant velocity after collision means, this is the common velocity for the two bodies. That's why according to law of conservation of linear momentum, before collision momentum is m1 u1 plus m2 u2, because they ask u2 is not given, they ask you to find. That is equal to, after collision, the momentum of the entire system is m1 plus m2 into v. Here we substitute the data. m1 means 10 kg into u1 means 15 plus m2 25 is given, u2 we doesn't know, that is equal to m1 plus m2 10 plus 25 into common velocity is 5. Therefore 150 plus 25 u2 is equal to, it is 35 into 5. 35 into 5 means 5 5s are 25. Okay, 5 3s are 15, 175. Therefore u2 is equal to, we got 1 meter per second. No? That means positive we got. Positive we got means definitely before collision, the velocity of the second body is also in the same direction. That is equal to 1 meter per second. So velocity of the second body before collision is equal to 1 meter per second. It travels along the same direction as the first before collision. Okay, that's why option 2 is also correct. Option 2 is also correct. And before collision, both bodies are moving in the same direction. Before collision, both bodies moving the same direction. So before collision, both bodies move together in the same direction. Before collision, both bodies move together. Sorry, before collision, both bodies moves along the same direction. Along the same direction. Along the same direction. Next, what is the option D? So option C is also correct. What is the option D? Before collision, the bodies are moving in opposite direction. So that is not correct. So answer options A, B, C are correct. So this is the answer. So in this way also they may ask the problem. Here, the velocity varies with time. Graph will be given. In that case, by these graphs, after collision, what is the velocity? Like that also they may ask. Okay, so this is also one important problem. Energy principle. According to law of conservation of energy principle, whenever the beads are here, what is the total energy of the system? Whenever the beads are here, what is the total energy of the system? Both must be same because all surfaces are smooth and it is kept in the horizontal plane on the smooth table. That's why no work done by gravity also. Okay, that's why total energy of the system when beads are here means only the beads are having velocities at this point. Ring has no velocity at this case. Okay, that's why total energy when beads are here means kinetic energy of this speed plus kinetic energy of this speed. As both beads are having same velocity, half mv naught square into 2 is equal to. Whenever the beads are here, suppose each bead is having velocity v with respect to ground, then the kinetic energy of the two beads, because both beads are identical. That's why both beads acquire the same speed before they reaches the point here. Okay, with respect to Earth. That's why that velocity say v. Then kinetic energy of each beads when beads reaches the point here is for each bead half mv square into 2. That is the total energy of the two beads at this point. Plus, whenever the beads are here, the velocity of the ring in this direction is v3. No, that's why half into mass of the ring into v3 square. So mass of the ring means 2m, v3 means v naught by 2. I substitute here. When I simplify them, I got v is equal to root 3 by 2 v naught. So velocity of each bead with respect to Earth is equal to root 3 by 2 v naught. This is the answer. Okay. Okay. All of you see the next problem. Third problem. Of course, here it is 180 number. A block A of mass 2 kg rests on a horizontal surface. Another block B of mass 1 kg moving at a speed of 1 meter per second when at a distance of 16 centimeters from A. So on the horizontal surface, a block of mass A is at rest. Suppose this is a block A. It is a block of mass A. That block of A having mass m1 is equal to 2 k, which is at rest. That means initial velocity is 0. Okay, it is kept on the horizontal surface. Another block B of mass 1 k. Another block B of mass 1 k. Suppose this is the block B of mass m2 is equal to 1 k. Okay, here moving at a speed of 1 meter per second. So this is moving with a speed of 1 meter per second. Of course, you write for our convenience without confusion. So you take this as m1 and m2 like this. So it is m1, this is m2. Velocity of this block u1 is equal to 1 meter per second before making collision. The separation between the two blocks initially, of course, when compared to the distance, the size of the two blocks are very small. That's why the dimensions can be neglected. But in order to see the diagram, I drawn with more size. Okay. So here separation between these two blocks, S is equal to 16 centimeter. That is equal to 0.16 meter. Okay, that is given. Now, the block B collides elastically with A. That means collision between these two is elastic collision only. Coefficient of friction between the horizontal surface and each block. Here, coefficient of friction between these two, mu1 is equal to 0.2. Of course, here also coefficient of friction between these two, mu2 is equal to 0.2. That is given. Acceleration due to gravity is 10 meter per second square. If necessary, you can use. That is the case. Now, after collision, block B rebounds. After collision, block B comes to rest. Like that, it is given. The separation between the blocks is 3 centimeter. Final separation between the blocks is 5 centimeter. It is given like this. Okay, I think you have seen the problem. Now, all of you look at the board. All of you look at the board. Here, a block of mass 2 kg is at rest on the rough horizontal surface, and block B is kept at a distance of 16 centimeter. Block B is having mass 1 kg, and it is pushed towards block A with a velocity 1 meter per second initially. Okay, this is not smooth surface. Coefficient of friction between these two, same, that is equal to 0.2. 0.2. Initial separation between the two blocks is this one. So here, as it is at rest, in order to make the collision by block B with block A, block B has to travel a distance equal to 16.16 meter. No? Whenever the block B travel in this direction, friction, as coefficient of friction is there, friction acts between the block and the horizontal floor opposite to their motion. That's why it travel with deceleration. And before it travel this much distance and to make collision with A, with what is the velocity of this block becomes? We have to find. So for B, initial velocity u1 is equal to 1 meter per second. Acceleration. Whenever the block B travels in this direction, acceleration acts in opposite direction. That's why friction acts in opposite direction. That's why retarding force. Friction acts as the retarding force on the block 1 by mass of the block 1. It is the retardation. Minus, as this block is kept on the horizontal surface, then coefficient normal reaction is equal to m1z only. So mu into normal reaction m1z. It is the friction by mass m1. So m1 cancel. Therefore, minus mu means 0.2 into g means 10. That is called minus 2 meter per second square. It is the retardation. Okay. To make this collision, it has to travel a distance equal to 0.16 meter. So distance to be traveled is equal to 0.16 meter. Then what is the velocity acquired? V is equal to v1. That is equal to question mark. What is the velocity becomes? If velocity becomes 0 means it comes to rest, we can say. Okay. So what is that velocity? From v square minus u square is equal to 2as, we can write now. V square means v1 square minus u means 1 square is equal to 2 into a means minus 2 into s means 0.16. Therefore, v1 square is equal to 1. This one you bring to right. 1 minus here 4. 4 into 0.16. That means 0.64 no? 0.64. That is equal to, we can write 0.36. So v1 is equal to 0.6 meter per second. No? That means velocity of the body whenever it reaches the block A is equal to 0.6 meter per second. With this velocity, block B makes collision with this block A. Block B makes collision with block A. Then after collision, what about the velocities of the two bodies? So after collision, here collision between the B and A, that is the elastic. After elastic collision between the two blocks, then velocity of this first body means B. V1 is equal to m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2 into u1 plus u2. Of course, 2m2 by m1 plus m2 into u2. U2 is 0, no? That's why 0. So you substitute the data. m1 1 minus m2 2 by 1 plus 2 into u1 means before making collision. Of course, here v1 means we have to write this one because before making collision, the velocity of this body before reaches the point is say u1 dash. This is equal to say u1 dash. So you write u1 dash here, u1 dash. So u1 dash means 0.6 in this direction only. This direction is taken as positive. So here it is equal to minus 1 by 3 into 0.6. Therefore, v1 is equal to, or v1 dash is equal to, because v1 it has substituted, no? Here you take v1 dash or u1 dash, we can take, no problem. u1 dash you take, u1 dash, take u1 dash. So here v is equal to u1 dash. That means with what velocity it makes collision with this one. So u1 dash is equal to v1. Just you don't use this symbol. Later we can use. So u1 dash is equal to, we got this one. V square means u1 dash square. Okay, this is equal to this one. Now v1 is equal to minus 0.2 meter per second. Now that means after this block makes collision, it rebounces with a velocity minus 0.2 meter per second. So after collision, block B rebounces. That's very clear only. When it makes collision with A, it rebounces with a velocity 0.2 meter per second. No? 0.2 meter per second. That's why, therefore, after collision, B rebounds. Rebounds means move back. That's why you got minus sign. So this is also important one. Next, whenever it rebounds back, then again it moves in this direction so that friction opposes the motion of the block. Okay. Next, what about the velocity of this one? So for A, it is for B after collision. So for A after collision, what is the velocity of this A? Means V2 is equal to, what is the formula? 2m1 by m1 plus m2 into u1 plus m2 minus m1 by m1 plus m2 into u2. U2 0. That's why this term becomes 0. That is equal to, you substitute the data, 2 into m1. m1 is 1 by 1 plus 2 into u1. u1 is equal to, we got what is the velocity? We got u1 is equal to 1 meter per 0.6 meter per second. We got now u1 means u1 dash. So 0.6 meter per second. So this is equal to 2 by 3 into 0.6, 3, 0.2, 0.2 into 0.4, 0.4 meter per second. So after collision, velocity of the body becomes 0.4 meter per second. So here with this velocity, after collision, with this velocity, the body starts motion. But whenever the body starts motion in this direction, with this velocity v2, then as the friction acts in opposite direction, before coming to rest, suppose this block comes to this position. This block comes to this position. Through what distance this block travel? Through what distance the block travel? Okay, this distance is say s2. Similarly, after collision, as it rebounds, before collision, through what distance it travel? That is say s2. If you know s1 and s2, then the distance between these two blocks is the separation between the two blocks. Okay. So after collision, before coming to rest, what is the distance traveled by B? Before coming to rest, by each block. Okay. For B, you see, whenever the block will travel in this direction, its initial velocity can be taken this one, no? Because with what velocity rebounds 0.2. That's why initial velocity is equal to 0.2 meter per second towards left. Whenever the block travel in this direction with velocity 0.2 meter per second after collision, friction acts in this direction. Due to that friction, retardation acts. That retardation is equal to minus 2 meter per second square only, because same block, same position of friction. That's why acceleration A is equal to minus 2 meter per second. Before coming to rest, what is the distance traveled? Distance traveled is S2. Sorry, you take this as S1. Simple. S1. S1 is equal to how much? So from V square minus U square is equal to 2AS. V square means 0. U square means 0.04 we can write now, because 0.2 square is equal to 2 into A means minus 2 into S1. So therefore S1 is equal to, we can write 0.01 meter. Similarly for A, whenever after collision, immediately after collision, its velocity becomes V2. That's why initial velocity is equal to V2, which is equal to 0.4 meter per second. Acceleration. Whenever the body traveling in this direction, friction acts in opposite direction against their motion. That's why it is having retardation. Retardation is called minus F2 by M2. That is called minus F2 means mu into normal reaction, M2Z by M2. Of course, M2 cancel, minus mu into Z. Minus mu into Z means same coefficient of friction here also, same acceleration due to gravity. That's why you get minus 2 only. Minus 2 meter per second square. Before coming to rest, that means final velocity becomes 0. What is the distance traveled? That is equal to S2. How much? Before coming to rest, what is the distance traveled? Again, from V square minus U square is equal to 2AS. 0 minus U square means this one. 0.4 whole square means 0.16. We can write into A means minus 2 into S means S2. Therefore, S2 is equal to, we can write 0.04 meter now. So before coming to rest, this block travel distance equal to 0.04 meter. This block B travel from this position before coming to rest fluid distance equal to S1 0.01 meter. Therefore, after coming to rest, separation between the two blocks, separation, S is equal to S1 plus S2. So S is equal to 0. S1 means 0.01 plus S2 means 0.04. That is equal to 0.05 meter. Therefore, S is equal to, we can write 5 centimeter now into 100 centimeter, means S is equal to 5 centimeter you will get. Okay, in this way we have to do. In this way we have to do.